And then after that, Britain becomes the mandate power controlling the Holy Land. And during that time, between 1918 and 1948, for 30 years, the Jews are allowed to return to the Holy Land. Not Banu Israel. Banu Israel are still in Yemen, and in Iraq, and in Iran, and in Morocco. No, these are white people who become Jews. They have no genetic links at all with Arabs. They're not cousins of the Arabs. They're not from Ishaq alayhi salam. And the Arabs are from Ismail alayhi salam. And so genetically linked as cousins. No. These European people have no genetic links whatsoever with Banu Israel, but they're Jews. And when in 1948 a state of Israel was born in the Holy Land, and the Jews now recover Jerusalem as their own, is this happening by accident? And then from 1948 to this day, first of all it was Britain who supported and protected the state of Israel. And then the United States of America took over. And Israel grows and grows and grows in strength until Israel today is a superpower. Is this happening by accident? Shall we simply eat roti canai and go home and go to sleep? Is that what Allah gave us a rational faculty for? Or is there some explanation for it? And we say that there is an explanation. Not only are these events occurring in the Holy Land, but they could not have occurred unless Europe had experienced a strange, a mysterious scientific and technological revolution that was absolutely unique in human history. Nothing to compare with it. One people deliver to the world and are continuing to deliver to the world this mysterious scientific and technological revolution, which gives them a power that none can rival. Is this happening by accident? And then they apply that power to military technology, and they attack at the point of a sword, and they occupy and they colonize the rest of the world, and they destroy the Khilafah. Oh, but the Khilafah is a part of Islam. Is this happening by accident? And they do not decolonize until they have done some work. They take the money that Allah gave to us, the money that is the sunnah money, the gold and silver coins, the dinar and dirham. They take it out of the market. They establish an international monetary fund, and they make it in that fund prohibited for anybody to use gold and silver as money. Not even Dr. Mahathir knew that. And they replace it with this bogus, this fraudulent, and this utterly haram paper currency. Is this happening by accident? And the paper money functions as a vehicle for the massive exploitation of the wealth of the masses. And so part of the world now becomes fantastically wealthy, and the rest of the world growing poorer and poorer. Is this happening by accident? Who are those who are growing wealthy? Like, you know, little Israel around the corner there, Singapore. Those that are growing wealthy are those who support the state of Israel. Whether they do it openly as Singapore, or they do it secretly as Saudi Arabia, they are the supporters of Israel. And so they're on the gravy train. They live well. They're growing more and more wealthy. And who are those who are growing poorer and poorer? Those in whose hearts there is faith in Allah. Sincere faith in Allah. Those who will never bow their head to oppression. Like Indonesia, like Bangladesh, like Pakistan, like Egypt, like the Turkish countryside, not the Turkish cities. They grow poorer and poorer and poorer. Is this happening by accident? And not only do they give us this revolution in the world of finance, but the revolution also in the market. We never had riba. We used to have a few money lenders lending money on interest, and people despised them. And they gave to us a banking system. And that banking system now lends money on interest. And not only lending on interest in order to grow wealthy at the expense of others, but no. When you read John Perkins' book, Confessions of an Economic Hitman, you know that sometimes they lend you money on interest to enslave you. Even a schoolboy knows that now. Are these things happening by accident? There's also a revolution in our social life. The Prophet said, sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wasallam, the time would come when women would be dressed and yet be naked. Has that come today? Is it happening by accident? Well, then what is the explanation for these mysterious events which are unfolding in the world today? And therefore, what is the explanation of the Arab uprising? They call it the Arab Spring, in which we have had the events of Tunisia and the departure of the President Zainuddin bin Ali with that uprising, popular uprising. And then, what's his name now? We've forgotten it, the Egyptian one. Hosni Mubarak. In the popular Egyptian uprising. And now we see uprisings taking place in other parts of the Arab world as well. What is going on? What is the explanation? Our perspective is to look at the subject from the Quran and from the ahadith of Prophet Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam. And when we do that, the first thing that we recognize is we are dealing with the subject of Akhirul Zaman, or Islamic eschatology.